What's going on, everybody? Spunk Nice Long One. Come guys, another video coming to you guys from my Eagles Titans Week 13 preview. So hard to believe, man, that we are now in Week 13. We are getting ready to play the first December game of the 2022 season. Boy, this time go by fast, doesn't it? Wow. Yeah, Eagles coming to this game, after a big win on Sunday night against the Green Bay Packers. The Eagles are 10-1. The Eagles can lock up a playoff spot this week with a win against the Tennessee Titans. And also, I believe they have to have 3 other scenarios happen. I believe the Seahawks have to lose. And I believe the 49ers or somebody else. I can't remember for sure off my head, but, right now, the Eagles, we can only control what we can control, and that's getting the W against the Tennessee Titans. The Eagles are well on their way to go make it the playoffs, but I'm just saying that it can happen this week. They can officially clinch this week, but we'll see how that goes. But the first thing first, the Eagles have to go out there and they have to handle their business, and it's going to be a tall order. Tennessee is playing some pretty good football right now. They are leading their division. They're on the road right now, so this is going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be a fight. Eagles did receive some good news that Jordan Davis appears to be set to play tomorrow. Crossing our fingers that remains the case, but very good news that Jordan Davis is they opened the window for him, and he based on what I'm hearing, there's a very, very big chance that he will be playing tomorrow, and at the perfect time, because this week the Eagles' run defense has struggled quite a bit this season. It's been better the last 2 games with Linval Joseph and Adam Gasu, the addition of those 2 guys. But getting the big man Jordan Davis back on that D-line is a huge, absolutely huge, addition back to the team. So welcome back, Jordan Davis. The Eagles are, going into a tough stretch of the schedule. We're going up against, in my opinion, the best running back in the league, Jordan Davis. The best running back in the league, Derrick Henry. And next week, we have one of the other better running backs in the league. I would say definitely probably the second or third best running back in the league. We got Saquon Barkley the following week, and we still got Dallas in that schedule, for Christmas Eve. So, yeah. Eagles are going to the tougher stretch of their schedule, and our run defense really gotta be at their very best these upcoming weeks, because we're going up against some pretty darn good running backs. But starting off, first thing first, this game against the Tennessee Titans, the number 1 guy to stop for the Eagles is going to be Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, of course, is like I said earlier, in my opinion, the best running back in the game. He is an absolute monster of a running back. I think like 6'2" and over 230, 40 pounds. No, the guy is massive, and he just bulldozes defenders over and make it look easy. So we gotta make sure that we are not, we do not allow him to take over this game, because he is about 90% of the Tennessee Titans offense. We got a guy like that. Of course, you're gonna continue to feed him the ball and let him run, but our defense has got to wrap him up. We have got to take him out of the game, and take him out of the game very early. Take Derrick Henry out of this game. Force Ryan Tannehill to beat you with his arm. That's the position that we want to put the Tennessee Titans in. This game is gonna be played on Eagles, in Philadelphia. 1 o'clock game, which seems to be a rarity nowadays, because the Eagles have been in primetime games a lot recently, especially recently. But 1 o'clock game in Philadelphia, man, it's at our stadium. Get the job done. Get the job done. Now, when it comes to score prediction, I got the Eagles win this game. It's gonna be a fight. We are not gonna blow out the Titans. Anybody that believes that we're gonna blow out the Titans, I just don't see it happening. This Titans team is a good football team. They're gonna come out fighting. They're gonna come out giving us their very best. So I'm not taking Tennessee lightly, and no Eagle fan should take this team lightly. Like I said, they are number 1 in their division. They will very, very likely be in the playoffs as well. I would say 99.9% likely they're going to be playing in the AFC playoffs. good football team. You know, this is a big test for us. We had a test against the Packers last week. Even though the Packers are struggling, it was definitely a test. This right here is a test as well. Keys to victory is always starting in the trenches, man. Starting in the trenches. That's what it all comes down to. I got the Eagles win this game. Like I said, it's gonna be a fight. I'm gonna give the Eagles this win by a score of 35-28. I think it's gonna be a close game. Forgot to say that earlier. That's why I came back to that. 35-28 is what I'm predicting the Eagles win this game by. But back to what I was saying about the trenches. It starts with the big men up front, offensive line, defensive line. That's how games are won. Offensive line has got to make sure that they show up and they protect Jalen Hurts. They open up the running game. You know, allowing Miles Sanders, who had a big game against the Packers, allowing him, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, allowing those guys, room to run. So, run the ball down their throats. Wear down their defensive line. That right there will open up the passing game. Jack Stoll, filling in, of course, for Dallas Goedert again. Jack Stoll, it would open up the play action pass in the passing game to Jack Stoll, Calcaterra, those two guys at tight end. AJ Brown, obviously former Tennessee Titan, going up against his former team for the first time. I'm expecting some things from AJ Brown this week. I'm expecting AJ Brown the past couple weeks has been kind of quiet. He's been dealing with some personal, with some illness and injuries lately. But I'm expecting AJ Brown to go out this week. I'm expecting him to have a big day against his former team. He's gonna be out there to prove a point. So for you fantasy owners out there who love fantasy football, I would start AJ Brown this game, because I think AJ Brown is gonna have kind of a chip on his shoulder, and I think he's gonna want to have a big day against his former team just to prove a point. So yeah, AJ Brown going up against his former team, man, should be a very interesting matchup. But yeah, it starts with the big men up front as always, man. Offensive line gotta open up the running lanes. They gotta protect Jalen Hurts. Defensive line has got to get the pressure. They got to make sure that we wrap up Derrick Henry, because they're going to run the hell out of Derrick Henry, the Titans, like they always do. Take Derrick Henry out of the game early. Force Ryan Tannehill to try to beat you with his arm. Yeah. This game, like I said, I got the Eagles win this game by a score of 35-28. I think it's going to be a close game. I believe it's going to be a fight. Yeah, a good football team the Tennessee Titans were playing, which is a good challenge for this team, which is a good, it's a good test for this team, because the argument that what we've been hearing most of the season, that the Eagles haven't played anybody. So playing some tougher competition like Tennessee, it really goes a long way to silencing people who want to continue to doubt the Eagles. So if we can get this win against the Tennessee Titans, I think that will go a long way to sending a message around the league that, yeah, the Eagles are for real. The Eagles are a good football team. We had a little moment there, when we were, where we were so uncertain about this team, after that loss to Washington, and then barely winning against the Colts the week before. There was a time period there where there was definitely cause for concern. But after seeing particularly the way the offense looked against the Packers, and the defense, even though they gave up 33 points, they were consistent for the most part. They got to the quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, and they picked off Aaron Rodgers twice. So I'm not a big fan of, obviously I've made it very clear, I'm not a big fan of Jonathan Gannon, but when it comes to the talent that we have on this defense, I do believe in those guys. I do believe that they will show show up and have a good day against the Titans on Sunday. It's been a roller coaster with this defense in particular this season, but we got some playmakers on this defense, some great players on this defense. I expect these boys to show up, and I expect them to make plays when it matters the most. So yeah, I got Eagles win this game 35-28. It's going to be a fight. I don't expect the Eagles to blow this team out. This is a pretty solid football team, the Tennessee Titans, who will also be in the playoffs. So, you know, who knows, man? It's possible we could see this team again down the road this season. Just saying. You know, I'm not making any predictions. I'm just saying they are a good football team, and we should not be taking them lightly, and I'm not taking them lightly. But anyway, man, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Don't have a whole lot to say about this. All I got to say is go Birds. Get this W against Tennessee Titans. Let's go to 11-1, and let's get ready for the New York Giants in Week 14. That should be a huge one. As always, go Birds. Fly, Eagle, fly. I'm out of here. Peace.
That's all, folks.